Fighters, I want to read something to you here real quick. Hey Tom, just wanted to share some success stories with you. Just sold a $400,000 edition over the phone. Have $600K already signed for 2021, and I sold $161,000 this month and have another 500 or so in the pipeline. All sold at 50% gross profit. My friends, today on Contractor Fight TV, I'm going to give you a little refresher on the 50% rule and why you need to pay attention to it. Let's go. All right, so in the intro, I just shared a text I got from somebody who's like, dude, I'm setting the world on fire. I'm selling these crazy projects at 50% gross profit margin or better. I want to tell you right now, okay, we talk about this so much on this channel, the podcast, our coaching, and this and that, and yet so many contractors are in one of two camps. The first camp is you really don't understand what 50% gross profit means, and you're doing your math wrong. That's a problem. Or the second camp is up here, you don't believe it's possible. You're going to give me every fucking reason in the world why it can't happen in your town, your industry, with your competitors, the unlicensed guys, the illegals, yada, 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 whatever. Tom, you don't know my customers. Everybody's cheap. Okay, guys, I'm tired of hearing that shit because hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of contractors that I know of every month in our programs are doing it. From home builders to painters, it doesn't matter. Okay? I can't imagine how many people that it's working for that aren't even in my communities that see a video like this and they go apply it. And they apply it because they got the math right and they believe it's possible for them. So they go do it. All right, guys, we're here to bring respect and dignity back to the trades. All right? And if your mindset is jacked up, if your mindset's jacked up about what you're worth and what's possible for you, you're going to struggle. And then if your math is jacked up, maybe your mindset's there, but you're confused on the math, that's a problem. Should have paid attention back in elementary school because that's the fucking math that this 50% thing is all based on. So guys, I'm going to show you a couple real quick little math things on the board here to set the record straight. All right? Today's video is not going to be so much about the mindset. All right? Today's going to be about the actual math and how you come up with a 50% gross profit sale price. All right? Let's check out the board. So, big problem that people make, a mistake that people make is you, number one, like I said before, you go with the going rate. I see it all the time. Hey, what do you charge per square foot for this? And I'm like, Jesus. Anyway, okay, who cares? The only thing that matters is what you produce, what it costs you. That's it. Okay, stop trying to be fucking competitive. All right, I promise I'm done with that part. So here's the thing, guys. If you're going to build a thing, I don't care what the thing is, and you got labor and you got material, and say you got some permits and dumpster, and you can roll that all into materials, right? I don't care how you do this. These are called direct costs, or COGS. That stands for cost of goods sold on your profit and loss sheet. They're the same thing. It simply means what is it directly costing you to produce the project, okay? I'm having work done. I've shared about this on the channel a lot, okay? Painters came in. They painted my exterior Friday and Saturday. They did it for us, okay? Whatever he spent on paint, whatever he paid his people, okay, those are direct job costs, meaning he's spending this money here to produce a project. Here's the key, you guys. This labor, material, permits, miscellaneous shit, this is what you get to pay to do Mrs. Jones's project. Okay? Regardless of what you charge Mrs. Jones, that's what you get to pay to buy her a paint job or a new deck. Okay? If you think about it that way, it really changes the game. So let's say, just to keep the math simple, I got a job and my Labor is going to cost me $5,000. Now, I'm not going to go into all the burden and shit because that's part of it, what you pay in taxes and work comp and this and that. Figure that shit out, and that's why I tell you to hire a damn bookkeeper, all right? But you're like, hey, it's going to be, X amount of man hours to do the job is my estimate. This is what our hourly rate is based on what it costs us and burden and all that shit. And you multiply that and it's $5,000. I don't care how you get there right now for the sake of this video. All right, material. Say it's going to cost you another $2,000. I don't know, material, and another $500 in permits and renting a fucking porta potty, whatever, doesn't matter. What do we got? $7,500. This is what you get to pay if everything goes right. If you had 100 man hours budgeted and it takes 101, we're not on the plan anymore. If your material was $2,000 budgeted and it cost you $2,500, you're now over budget. Okay? Now, to get a 50% gross profit, here's a mistake a lot of guys make, is they take this number, they take what it's going to cost them, they multiply it times 1.5, okay? And I don't know what it is, because I ain't doing the math in my head right now, but that's a mistake they make. Or they'll do 7,500 times 0.550, and then, which is what, 3750, right? Something like that? I don't know. Close. All right, and then they'll add that on top of this and then sell it the 7,500 plus half of the 7,500, and they think it's a 50% gross profit, which it's not, okay? And if I multiply what it cost me times 1.5, I actually get a 33% gross profit, okay? The way you get a 50% gross profit is you multiply what it's costing you times 2, okay? What's that? $15,000. That's the sale price. So if everything goes right in your universe on this project, you bring in it exactly, the budget, you will subtract the $7,500 it's costing you, you will have $7,500 left, which is 50% of the sale price. Okay? Guys, this is remedial shit. Stop trying to complicate it, okay? Just trust me. Figure out what the hell it's going to cost you to do the job, multiply by at least 2, and sell it there. Okay? Now, I want to show you something else in this big mess here that I'm going to erase. So guys, here's another thing I want to show you here. Why selling at a high enough rate is important. Very rarely does a home improvement contractor work in a controlled environment where the production is the same all the time, right? You might go, yeah, it's about 4 hours to do this thing, and it takes 4 1/4, or it takes 3.5 hours, or whatever it might be. Things change based on a lot of different things. Maybe your crew is standing around longer than you planned on because you're waiting for the material to get there, and there was a fucking train crash or something on the way. I don't know why I said train crash. All right? But you get the point. Like, shit goes wrong, okay? Things go wrong. They don't go as planned. It's just the way it is, all right? So let's say on that job that I thought was going to cost me $7,500, let's just say which is a 50% gross profit, let's just say it cost me another $1,000 somehow. Okay, we went over budget. Maybe I screwed the pooch on the bid. All right, maybe we wrecked a bunch of material and we had to buy some stuff over, or whatever it was. I remember a job a million years ago. I wrote down the wrong color number, and we bought $800 worth of paint, and I had to eat it because it was my mistake, okay? Shit happens. So you got $8,500, right? So I'm going to show you, we do the math here. You take $15,000 minus $8,500, leaves $6,500 left. That's $1,000 less than what we planned on having, okay? Well, you take the $6,500 and you divide it by $15,000. That's a 43.3 gross profit percentage. Now, check this out. Let's say that 7,500 that we had, and I multiplied it the wrong way with the math. I did 7,500 times 1.5, right? Oops. 7,500 times 1.5 equals 11,250. So if I would have sold the job at 11,250 and it cost me 8,500 bucks to do, okay, minus 8,500 bucks, now I only have 2,750 left. 11,250, which is a 24% gross profit. So when something bad happens on a job that I didn't sell high enough to begin with, I'm making even less money. This is why a lot of you guys are feeling like you're in the same spot year in and year out, because you're not nailing this pricing thing, all right, and the execution of it and bringing it in on budget, okay? This is also why a lot of you guys are going into debt, more debt that you need to be going into, because here's the deal. This gross profit money, okay, in our 50% example, we thought we'd have 7,500 left. In the oops example, we have 6,500 left. Okay? This money, and then the shitty example was the 2,750. The money here, this is what's left for you to pay your overhead and have a net profit. Okay? This is what you pay, whatever amount is left, that's gross profit. That's what you pay your truck payment with. That's what you pay your marketing with. That's what you pay your debt with, okay? And I could go on and on. Your overhead, your salary should be in your overhead. Your office manager, the phone system you use, the website maintenance or whatever it might be, the domain hosting. Guys, if you want your life to be easier, okay, eliminate that one, okay, and price your work to get the 50% so that when shit does go wrong, you're only down $1,000. I don't know how much more we can simplify the 50% rule. There is a ton of money to be made out there. All right, again, this isn't just about making a lot of money, guys. We're talking about adding value. Okay, if that job that I did the math over there cost you an extra $1,000 to produce, okay, most likely, if you're like most of us, you're taking it on the chin. Maybe you misbid it, like I said. Okay, but you're still going to do the right thing. All right? If you're adding value, if you're doing things the right way, if you're giving people what they truly want, then you deserve to be paid, you deserve to make money, you deserve to make $7,500 on a job, not $2,750 on a job, and be in the breadline when you're old and retirement age. Okay? That's not what you want for yourself. If you want to get ahead, if you want to be able to market your business, you want to be able to hire the best talent, recruit people, on and on and on, and scale your business, the only way you can scale your business is with profit. You cannot scale your business by being cheap. It will not happen. You are on the hamster wheel. All right? So, to keep it simple, here's a disclaimer. There's other ways to arrive at this number. There's other ways where we can work our overhead into our hourly rates and recover our overhead that way through our labor. And this, guys, I'm not getting into all that right now. This is for those of you that are at like bare basics, business pricing, my shit 101. Simply take what the job is costing you to do, multiply by at least 2, and sell it at that number and not a nickel less. And I promise you that your life will change. You guys rock. I got to roll. I'm out.